Okay, now we are going to discuss the second principles suggested by F.W. Taylor. The name of the second principle is harmony, not discord. Now let us understand the word meaning of these two words, harmony and discord. See, honestly speaking, harmony is the antonyms of discord, and discord is antonyms of harmony. Harmony is a combination of simultaneously sounded musical notes to produce a pleasing effect. Or you can say a situation in which people are peaceful and agree with each other. Their opinions matter for each other. Or when things seem right or suitable together, like racial harmony. So, good feelings between different races. Domestic harmony, good feelings in the family, or you can say home. But what is discord? Discord is disagreement between people. This is a lack of harmony between notes sounded together. So this is actually just opposite of this. Okay, one more thing. Please do not misunderstand it. I do not want to say that a child cannot play good piano and a young adult person will be playing better piano. This is not what I want to show you. I just want to show you that harmony will create music and discord will create noise, or it will be unpleasing. You will not be happy with this, but music will please you, music will give you happiness. So in this principle, the Taylor says that those who work together in any organization must work in harmony, that is with mutual give and take and proper understanding. Generally what happens in every organization, there are two groups, no? Like managers and the workers. So managers served as a link between the owners and the workers, and both the groups work as rivals of each other. No, as workers always feel that they are underpaid and overburdened with the work, and management always feel that workers are good for nothing. So in this principle, Taylor insists that there is need for both the groups to change their attitudes for each other, and that is what he called the mental revolution on the part of both management and worker. He emphasized that there should be complete harmony between the management and workers. They both should realize that they are important for each other. Like management cannot work without worker, and worker cannot work without manager. So he said that scientific management has for its foundation the firm conviction that the true interest of the two, means management and workers, are one and the same. Uh, Normally, this is a problem which happens with, you see, in the school what happens. Students think that teachers are against us. Teachers feels that students are not obeying us. But actually, the core objective of both the group, teacher and student, is same. Why you are coming to school? You want to score good marks, you want to make a good career, you want to gain knowledge. And what is the objective of the teacher? The same thing. But what happens, you feel that teachers are giving too much homework, too much work to do, or lot of discipline they want us to follow, and these things you don't like. But to change this, a complete change in the thinking, the attitude is required, and that is what he called it mental revolution. So the prosperity for employer cannot exist for a long time unless it is accompanied by prosperity for the employees, and it is vice versa. Understand it. Now, if this principle is followed in any of the organization, then what will happen? There would be a change of attitude of management and workers towards each other. Means they will do follow mental revolution. Then there would be a development of team spirit. You will be able to achieve your goal easily. There would be cooperation and coordination across the organization. So these are some of the benefits of following this principle. And we must remember that the manager and worker, instead of having a class conflict between them, there should be a mental revolution. They should understand each other and follow harmony, not discord in the organization. Huh? See, mental revolution, further it has been explained like this, means that management and workers should transform their thinking. In such a situation, even trade unions will not think of going on a strike if they, have the respect for each other. So management also should share the gains of the company, if any. If they have earned good amount of profit, they should share it with the workers, as you can see here. This word is very important, sharing of gains between management and workers, leading to complete harmony in the organization. As you can see here, how harmonious relationship is there in between this manager and worker. Basically, this concept is like management should work like a father figure, should work like a guardian. The management should be a guardian. Basically, he wanted the organization to follow the you can see here also the Japanese work culture. Japanese work culture is different from the American work culture. In American work culture, what happens? People are self motivated. They will do their work on their own. They need not to have, if leadership doesn't matter that much. But in Japanese work culture, you can see the manager is very important. The leader is very important. They have a paternalistic style of management. This is paternalistic style. When I say, then manager should work as a should behave as a guardian. You can see here. See, this should be the role of the manager, like how they are. He is treating the employees like their own children. So it should the relationship of the management and workers should be like a family, and even if the workers are not happy with the decision of the manager, what they will do, they will wear a black badge but work more. In our family also, you see the same thing happens. If something has been said to you, what do? If you are not happy with your parents, what actually you do? You say, they will say that, come on, have lunch. Nahi, bhook nahi hai, I'm not hungry. And this is what normally we say. So the same kind of system is to be followed in harmony, not discord.